Welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. A big thank you for the support you're granting this platform. Each and every season, there arises a generation that changes the political landscape of a country. I remember, and I did a video before, those of you follow me keenly, I explained how generations have been changing politically in Kenya. When Moi was the president under one-party rule, that is KANU, some people felt this is not the right way Kenya should go. They sat down and said, it's high time we fight for the multi-party democracy. They got tired of being led by one party. And Moi was one of the Ruto presidents who could not lightly stomach criticism. Moi was very brutal. Those of you read his history, Moi was a brutal president. But you know, some people met and said, even if Moi is brutal, we will come out, fight for the multi-party democracy. Those ones he can be able to kill, let him kill them. And those one who will survive, they will continue giving stories to the coming generations that this is what exactly happened. So around late 1980s and early 1990s, some veteran politicians, those who stood and said enough is enough. We have the movement for multi-party democracy, which peaked around that time, and it was driven by a powerful alliance of veteran politicians, civil society leaders, and a highly energetic group of young, brilliant professionals. We had senior nationalists like Jaramogi Oginga, Masinde Muliro, Kennedy Matiba. These are the people who provided leadership for the young Turks who were growing in that time. Like in the case of today, we have James Orengo, who is providing counsel to the Linda Mwananchi young Turks, Edwin Sifuna, Babu Wino, and the rest. Today, the Linda Mwananchi was in Machakos County. That is the Ukambani region. These young boys were welcomed like kings by an organic crowd that was never mobilized. A crowd with no uniforms. Thousands of young people, thousands of men and women coming out in large numbers to welcome these young boys. I liken this wave as the one that was gathering momentum during the start of the multi-party democracy, and you remember meetings like Sabasaba and the rest. This is a replica of exactly what happened. These are young boys who have dared and said, the Kenya Kwanza regime must be buried and we baptize Kenya fresh. We want to give birth to a new Kenya that ends extrajudicial killings, that ends forced disappearances and abductions, that plants respect for the rule of law, leadership that is able to respect court orders, leadership that is willing to listen to the people of the Republic of Kenya who have put them in authority. The outgoing team of William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Masika Wetangula, those are old octogenarians that are supposed to be taken out for a new generation to be given birth in Kenya, like the one which pushed Moi to retirement in 2002 when Moi said power iko kwa mwananchi. I want to give you, I want you to listen. I want to give you a 2 minutes video and have a glimpse of how this team was welcomed in Machakos. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sifuna. And if you can agree with me, this is the team that is going to save this country from the scavengers, octogenarians, who have milked this country dry, and they still continue to milk this country. 2027 will be a very interesting year. 2027 will be the old versus the Genesis, the old system versus the digital system, the AI generation versus the analog generation. Next year is going to be messier with casualties. The young boys are not joking. Pulling such a crowd with no mobilization, with no school buses, with no Nissans. If you were keen, you couldn't see any bus around, school bus that ferried people like they do in other meetings. William Ruto hawezi enda mahali bila school bus. Lazima apige simu, watu waletwe na gari. But looking at Machakos, I say Kenya is shifting. All of us need to support these boys so that they can rescue this country from the yokes of looters. Thank you so much. Nimavulia kofia Sifuna. Move ahead, we are with you and we are ready to support you. Thank you.